Chapter 3 Cain and Abel. Genesis chapter 4. Adam and Eve had a son. They were so happy to have him. They called him Cain. Then they had another son and called him Abel. Adam and Eve told the boys that they used to live in paradise. Then they were close to the Lord God. They were so happy there. Adam also told them that they had been disobedient, and that then the Lord God drove them away from paradise. But the Lord God also promised that God would still look after them. Adam taught the boys how they should work the land and how they should tend the sheep. He also taught them how they should make an altar and how they should bring an offering to the Lord God. Adam is piling a lot of large stones on top of each other. That is called an altar. Then Adam is going to slaughter an animal, and he puts it on some branches. Then he sets the branches on fire, and they have a fire. That is then the offering. The Lord God has said that this is the way they should bring an offering. The Lord God likes that. Then he sees that people think about him and they love him. Cain and Abel have grown up. Cain is a farmer. He sows grain in the land. When the grain is ripe, he makes flour from it, and with the flour he bakes bread. Abel is a shepherd. He has a lot of sheep and lambs. They may graze on the grass and heather. Abel took good care of the sheep. One day, both Cain and Abel are building an altar and bringing an offering to the Lord God. Abel slaughters a sheep and offers it to God. Abel loves the Lord God very much. God takes such good care of him. Abel is grateful and happy, and that is why he brings that offering to the Lord God. Cain brings an offering too, but Cain puts grain on the altar and sets it on fire. That is not a good offering, but Cain doesn't care. Cain does not love the Lord God. Cain thinks he can do everything by himself. He does not need God. That's why Cain is unhappy. You cannot be happy without the Lord God. Cain sees that Abel is happy. Then he becomes jealous of his brother. He always has a row with Abel, and one day he is fighting with him. He hits him so hard that Abel stays still on the ground. Cain has beaten his brother to death. Oh, he is shocked. He runs away fast. But the Lord God has seen everything. He says to Cain, "Where is your brother?" Cain says in a very rude voice, "How do I know? I don't have to babysit my brother, do I?" The Lord God is very angry with Cain. He says, "I saw that you beat Abel to death. For punishment, you will have to work even harder than your father Adam to get food, and no one will think you are kind anymore." That is too bad for Cain, but it is his own fault. Adam and Eve are very sad when they see that Abel is dead. Cain has run away. They will not get to see him again either. After a while, Eve has another son. They call this son Seth. Seth loves the Lord God, just like Abel used to do. Adam and Eve have even more children, boys and girls. Adam and Eve grew very old. They have grandchildren too. So Adam and Eve are now grandfather and grandmother.